KVAL's Juliet Smith spoke with the attorneys involved in his case to find out just how this all happened. Juliet, what new information did you learn?
Brandon, we are now learning that the two victims, ages 4 and 8, were actually his own daughters. The rape and sodomy occurred in 2019. Before Coomer was charged, the children had already been removed from the home due to concerns of neglect. On January 12th, 51-year-old Gary Coomer of Sweet Home was found guilty.
They indicted Gary Coomer on several counts, including the 4 he was ultimately found guilty of, which were rape in the first, sodomy in the first, sex abuse in the first, and sex abuse in the first. The victims were 2 young girls. They were his children.
Connor McCahill, the deputy district attorney on this case, says that after Coomer's 2020 indictment, he was lodged in jail. He's been out on bail since 2022 after his family was able to come up with the bail money, also known as security.
So if you rape and sodomize children, you are able to post security and leave?
Unfortunately.
Mr. McCahill says the judge presiding over the case, Judge Thomas McHill, did consider the nature of his crimes before putting up Coomer's security. We attempted to reach out to Judge McHill but did not hear back. Coomer was found guilty on January 12th after a medical incident.
Is when the jury came back to provide their verdict, he slammed his head into the counsel table. It's unclear as to whether that was on purpose or if he had some sort of issue, but he was later removed by medics. We asked for him to be taken into custody and his security revoked as the jury found him guilty.
We were confused why he was not taken into custody after he was found guilty on January 12th. Why was that?
The judge declined to do that, at least partially, because he was being brought to the hospital.
Was he supervised in the hospital when he was taken, and why couldn't he just have been taken after he was released from the hospital into custody?
I do not know if he was supervised. I suppose the court could have ordered his release be revoked.
If he had not hit his head, would he have been taken into custody right away?
I assume so. I certainly disagree with the judge's decision. The judge turned to my co-counsel, Ms. Serta, because he expected her to speak, I believe, and said, well, Ms. Serta, let me have it.
We spoke with Coomer's attorney, who claimed he's a good man who didn't commit the crimes he was convicted of by a jury. Hickam says he's not at liberty to share the last time he had contact with Coomer. At the Lynn County Courthouse, I'm Juliet Smith reporting. McCahill says they can charge Coomer with a failure to appear in court in the first degree, which is a felony. But it all largely depends on what he does while he is on the run and, of course, if and when he is apprehended. If law enforcement arrests Coomer, he will be held without bail and faces 25 to 50 years in prison. And Mr. Coomer wasn't the only person convicted in this case. Alana Parton, who lived on the property, is currently serving a sentence for crimes against children. If you have any information on Coomer's whereabouts, you're encouraged to contact the Lynn County Sheriff's Department.
Now, you spoke with the lawyer for the state. He was in that courtroom during this trial. What was that like? What were his emotions like?
Well, when I spoke to Mr. McCahill, he said he was the one who posed the question to the girls, and he looked pretty emotional when he recalled that experience and shared that it's been difficult to watch them grow up through the course of this trial and everything from 2019 until now.
Certainly a case that we will be continuing to cover as law enforcement keeps on the lookout for Coomer. Thank you very much, Juliet.
Thank you.